Greetings and welcome to the introduction to astronomy. In this week's Astronomy of Other Cultures, we are going to continue looking at Muslim astronomy and talk about the astronomer Ibrahim al-Farzi and try to understand a little bit more about how he improved our understanding in astronomy. So let's go ahead and get started. Ibrahim al-Farzi died in either the late 8th or early 9th century. And one of the things he is best known for is his translations, translating many works from the Greeks into Arabic. So translating works which might have otherwise been destroyed. Many were destroyed, but some were salvaged and kept some of the science that the Greeks had developed to transfer and then to be able to be improved upon later on. So this was really a foundation for the later development of Muslim astronomy by having a lot of the works and doing the work that the Greeks had done. So they were not starting over again. They had a basis on which to build. Now, some of his translations were translations not just of the Greeks, but of the Indians. So Sanskrit texts that were brought to Baghdad and then were translated into Arabic. So putting all of this work together, building on what had been done before to really improve things. Now, he worked on some various things, including the measurement of noon, trying to figure out when noon occurred, which is not necessarily an easy thing. Local noon occurs when the sun is highest in the sky, but that's not something you can directly measure all the time. He also worked on the armillary sphere and developing things like that to be able to help make predictions. So to be able to do calculations and predictions directly instead of having to calculate everything out by hand. So again, that was another big jump forward using a sphere like that to be able to better understand positionings within the sky. Now, one of the other things that Ibrahim al-Farzi is well known for was the Astrolabe, and possibly being the very first Muslim astronomer to construct an astrolabe. Again, many of the records have been destroyed, so there may have been others. Now, this is not one of his astrolabes, but this is just an example of what that does. It's actually like an analog computer, an analog device that's used to determine positions. So you can set it for your date, your time, your location, and it will then show you the position on the sky of various objects. That could be the sun or the moon. That could be the various planets. And you can find out where everything would be. So a good way to be able to determine where things would be. And again, building one of these, not a brand new device, not discovering it, but again, bringing these into the Muslim world is going to help with our future astronomers with being able to make better observations and give us a better understanding and improve our understanding of the universe that we had earlier, and then that will later on translate into knowledge on which we will build upon in the time of the Renaissance. So let's go ahead and finish up here with our summary. And what we've looked at today is the Ibrahim al-Farzi, who lived in the 8th century, well known for translating works from others. That includes the Greek and the Indian into Arabic, and was possibly the first Muslim astronomer to construct a plain astrolabe to be able to predict positions of objects in the sky. So that concludes this week's discussion on Ibrahim al-Farzi. And we'll be back again next week to talk about another astronomer of the Muslim world. So until then, have a great day, everyone, and I will see you in class.